Alright, hey guys, and welcome back to the channel and another sort of mini rant video. It's not really a rant, it's more just a community awareness video. And this is something I wanted to talk about in regards to sort of the reaction that the community has had in the last few days. Obviously, last night we got the community update calendar for this month, and you know, being the month of July, it's mid-year, everyone's expecting some good news for Battlefront 2 going forward. And yesterday we kind of got what would be a disappointing community calendar for the month. We got, you know, a look at some of the challenges we're going to be doing for the animated victory poses and the voice lines, and then the note that double XP weekend would continue throughout every Wednesday, every week. However, the community's kind of lost their shit a little bit. And, you know, this is something that's fair enough, but I wanted to point out a couple of reasons why this doesn't need to happen and it shouldn't really be a part of the community. So yes, we do get small content drops throughout the month of July, and it's going to be for those things that I mentioned earlier. And yes, we do want big content drops. We want things like heroes, we want maps, we want, you know, new things for capital supremacy, we want new things for galactic assault, we all want weapons. You know, this is the kind of big content that we have kind of come to expect and want for the near future, because we do want Battlefront 2 to keep getting better and better. However, the community's reaction to this was very kind of negative, and I get it, it's not the content we were hoping for throughout the month of July, but there's two main points that I want to kind of open your eyes a little bit to in why there is a lack of content during July. And yes, you can call me a shill, call me a suck up, do whatever you want, but I want you to really think about what I'm about to tell you. Now, for those of you that don't know, July is a big holiday month in Sweden, so most of the developers are going to be taking time off during this month. So yes, there is a lack of content there that is being pumped out during this month. There's no one really developing much throughout July, and that's why there's going to be a lack of content in the game. Now, I know what you're thinking when I say this. You could be like, oh, well, they could have prepped bigger content to go into the game beforehand. You know, they could have made some new weapons, they could have made a new map to put into the game. But the thing is, Battlefront 2 has a history of things being buggy on release, and then a hotfix within the first week or two, or sometimes longer, you know how it is dependent on, you know, how many devs are there to support the game and fix the things that tend to go wrong. And with each update, when something tends to go wrong, you actually need a team there, live service, to work on those things that go wrong. So what happens if they did have a new hero planned, or they had weapons planned, or they had new skins planned, and they drop those in the month of July when nobody's in the office? What happens if something bugs out, breaks the game, you know, people can't load in, or some issue in the code goes wrong where everyone using that skin or trying to use that new weapon or whatever it is that it might be that they've added tends to make the game buggy or crash, or, you know, have issues that are unresolvable with a small team? You know, if there's no one in the office to counteract these things, that's just going to lead to a big problem for Battlefront 2. So honestly, I think they may have had some content ready to go, but they've decided to hold off until after the holiday break, until everyone is back, so that they can monitor these things live service. And it's just kind of the point I wanted to make you guys aware of and realize that that's a thing. You know, people take holidays, and if there's no one there to support the game while the rest of the team is on holiday, it's potential for the game to bug out, to break, to glitch, whatever you want to call it. There is a chance of that happening. So, you know, Ben has tweeted that there will be a small patch going live tomorrow for Battlefront 2. They're going to be targeting the release for tomorrow, and it will include a number of fixes and tweaks. Finn's covert leader star card will get tweaked. Obviously, that's going to make it a regular health on kill card, and the fix for starfighter assault starting with uneven players, as well as a few more. Now, there isn't full patch notes for this just yet, but there will be coming soon, and I will be covering that as soon as it comes out in another video. But I just wanted to make this one to sort of help you guys realize that it's not all that we think it's going to be. You know, July, it may sound disappointing, but it's probably the most logical decision for DICE right now, to be on holiday and to sort of have a lesser content drop so that it's easier to manage if something goes wrong, which in the history of Battlefront 2, we have had multiple times. So me personally, I would cut them some slack. You know, I would prefer the game to be running still and have less content than for them to put some brand new content in and have the game break and then not work at all. So for you guys that are screaming out in, you know, the comment sections of all the videos on these community calendar videos that are going up by all the YouTubers saying, oh, this is shit, EA shit, blah, 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 DICE like isn't doing their job. No, you need to take a step back real quick, you know, realize that the developers have a life too. You know, we are all entitled to vacations, and I don't want Battlefront 2 breaking You know, personally, I get a lot of enjoyment as well as frustration out of Battlefront 2, but most of the time it's enjoyment. And I would like to keep playing it for the rest of July. You know, we've got 20 days left of July. And if it breaks now, you know, because they tried to add in some new content and we can't play it until the devs get back, you know, next month, that's going to cause an issue for a lot of people. And I think there would be more backlash for that than the backlash for a small content drop in July. So I know this turned into a little bit of a ramble. I tend to get on these kind of things when I get going, but I just wanted to make this really clear to you guys. There is going to be more content. Y'all just need to be a little bit more patient, please. I beg you. And while you're waiting, you know, check out the content creators. You know, we're still trying to make things fresh and creative for you guys in these videos. And you know, there's kill streak people around. There's different videos. There's funny videos. There's guides. There's tips and tricks. You know, check out the creators while you're waiting for this new content, and you know, team up with your friends, play a different game mode, do something different to mix it up. Because if you guys are just screaming out for new content all the time, I hate to break it to you, you're not getting it in July. So be patient, wait for next month, and I will talk to you guys in a future video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it and you agree, leave a big thumbs up. If you disagree, hit a thumbs down. I don't really care. You can do what you want to do, and drop a comment down below what you want to see next month for some content. Thank you again for watching, and may the force be with you always.
The Sith are all powerful. You are no match for me.